Yes, this is a plea agreement. Paragraph 1. Roy H. Turner, Jr. is a named defendant in the following pending indictments: United States versus Robert L. Kenny et al., criminal number 84 287 G, Massachusetts. United States versus Robert Kenny et al., criminal number 84288 MC, Massachusetts. United States versus Charles J. Monstitiero et al., criminal number 84289C, District of Massachusetts. United States versus Enrique Carabello et al., a 4-count indictment returned in January 1985 in the District of Maine, a copy of which has been received and reviewed by Roy Turner, Jr. and his attorney. Roy Turner, Jr. agrees to plead guilty to each count of the above identified 4 indictments, which he is a named defendant. Roy Turner agrees to meet with such law enforcement personnel, agents, or officers as may be designated by any assistant U.S. attorney, and to tell such designated individuals fully, honestly, and truthfully all that he knows or has heard concerning violations of federal law, including but not limited to his involvement and the involvement of others, and to answer all questions put to him in the same manner. He agrees to provide the government or aid the government in acquiring all documents, photographs, bills, records, receipts, and all like material which he has in his custody or to which he has access, which will corroborate his information or provide further information. Roy Turner further agrees to testify fully, honestly, truthfully, and completely at any and all grand juries, trials, or other court proceedings in which his testimony is needed in the District of Massachusetts, the District of Maine, or any other federal district. Roy Turner further agrees to meet with designated government agents or attorneys in preparation for any such testimony at grand juries, trials, or other court proceedings. It is understood that should any of the information provided by Roy Turner reveal any violations of the Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act, Title 21, United States Code Section 801, etc., other than those alleged in the indictments identified in paragraph 1, and to which he is to plead guilty, such information will be deemed as having been given under use immunity, and it should not be used against him. Nothing in this agreement will preclude the prosecution of Roy Turner for any serious violent crime should such become known through statements of Turner or otherwise. If Roy Turner should fail in any way to cooperate fully, honestly, and truthfully as described herein, the government will be released from its commitment herein. At the time of sentencing of Roy Turner on each of these indictments identified in paragraph 1, the government's recommendation will be the following: incarceration for a period of 5 years, and a special parole term, where applicable, of 3 years. The government will recommend that the sentences imposed run concurrent on each count and concurrent with any sentence previously imposed on any of the indictments identified in paragraph 1. In the event a motion to reduce sentence pursuant to federal criminal court uh, federal rule 35 is filed by or on behalf of Roy Turner in any of the cases identified in paragraph 1. The government will, in response to such motion, advise the appropriate court of the nature and extent of the cooperation provided to the government by Roy Turner. The government shall have no other obligation under this agreement relative to any such Rule 35 motion. Nothing in this agreement will prevent the United States from initiating prosecution of Roy Turner for perjury, false statements, or false declaration if Roy Turner commits such acts in connection with this agreement or otherwise. Additionally, Roy Turner understands that the United States will not tolerate any future violation of federal or state laws by him, and should any become known, nothing in this agreement will preclude prosecution of Roy Turner by appropriate authorities for such violations. Roy Turner understands that there are no further or other agreements, either express or implied, other than those contained in this agreement. Roy Turner's signature in the space designated below signifies his full and voluntary acceptance of this agreement. William Weld, United States Attorney, by Tobin Harvey, Assistant U.S. Attorney. Date January 21, 1985. I have read this agreement and carefully reviewed every part of it with my attorney. I understand it, and I voluntarily signed Roy Turner Jr. I represent Roy Turner as his legal counsel. I have carefully reviewed every part of this agreement with him. To my knowledge, his decision to enter this is an informed and voluntary one. George Gormley, Esquire, dated January 21st, 1985.